Yo guys, what's going on and welcome back to my channel to another Squad Busters video. P.E.K.K.A will be released soon and I thought it's a good idea to give you a further overview of that hero. So in today's video we're gonna check out P.E.K.K.A one further time and I will give you my 2 cents why I think that this hero will not be too good. And with that said, thank you everybody for being here again, really appreciate it. Back at P.E.K.K.A. While we don't have any release date at the moment, it should be available very soon, and we already could see there in the squad up how we will be able to get that P.E.K.K.A. We have to collect butterflies, and that was definitely looking super cool. Nevertheless, if we unlock P.E.K.K.A, we have to max the P.E.K.K.A hero, and that is possible with the normal hero tokens. So you already can start to save them if you want to max out P.E.K.K.A on day 1. But I can tell you, in the current scenario here, I think P.E.K.K.A will be too slow to really compete with the other guys. Too slow even slower than the freaking Spike, which is broken right now. And with that, I have the feeling you can't escape him. But also too slow to dodge the P.E.K.K.A or Archer Queen arrows for that example. While we have to say the strength of P.E.K.K.A is for sure the critical hits, and if you get in range of the hero and can land the critical hit, that hero is almost done already. So that is definitely the win condition, and the total amount of heal we are getting there from the butterfly that P.E.K.K.A is summoning there with a critical hit, well, and the additional damage is kinda nice, but I think a little bit further speed would be nice to have a fun P.E.K.K.A to play. So let us jump straight into a game, and for sure we are using again the Wizard and the Leon as starter squaddies, and we got golden boots here, so in general we should not be too slow here, but I still have the feeling that P.E.K.K.A is kinda like the slowest hero out there. Nevertheless, the powerful punch can be super fun. On the other side, it will be pretty hard to withstand the other heroes. For a simple reason, we have for sure this mighty sword punch here, which is causing good damage, but the disable ability is a little bit missing, and we already can see there, even though it's a bot, for sure the Archer Queen with the arrows has an advantage and has kinda like a disabling ability here, because Archer Queen with the arrows can push us against the wall. Then we got there the Spike, which is crazy overpowered at the moment, but why is he overpowered? Well, it's because he has the stun lock. You can permanently stun the opponents with that cactus field. And then we got for sure the P.E.K.K.A as well as the Royal King here, also having further disable abilities with the punch or, for example, the Royal Delivery, which is also knocking you up. So that will be for sure a little disadvantage here. Theoretically, Sonic has also disable ability that he can stun you for a very short duration, but that's not the focus or the main purpose since you have a pretty long cooldown. But in general, these guys are good because they can stun lock you, and this is a thing that I am missing here with the P.E.K.K.A. Yes, the powerful punch, if we hit a critical shot here on the hero, will be super helpful, but you already can see there, if that would be a real guy, we would be pretty sure dead. So the damage output takes simply too long to make it worse to use the P.E.K.K.A. Yes, if we hit the critical hit versus the hero, that hero is almost like half HP or even less, and that is for sure crazy. And will be fun to play, but I have the feeling that we can't get that to work since the enemies can simply run away or stun lock us, and we can't really counter that, so that's gonna be a hard one. Nevertheless, we could see there a beautiful critical hit, so we are stun locking with Blazing Light, as we have to rely there on the squaddy abilities, and still didn't hit the critical hit on the Archer Queen, but then we kinda have to follow up with some strong punches. We could also theoretically let it charge up, since we know it's not per random happening. It's every, I think, third hit. The sword is glowing, that we're gonna score a critical hit. Oh, this is hard to spot here during a fight. There, critical hit, almost. Not sure if we were charged up, but there we did get one. So that is for sure a very fun mechanic. I don't know, like P.E.K.K.A for sure cannot get stunned. That is the huge advantage, but the rest of your squaddies is, as it feels like, if P.E.K.K.A would give kinda like an immunity to stuns to your full squad, well, then P.E.K.K.A will be extra good, I guess. But in the current form, I think it is not like this. Well, this is hard to feel here versus those bots, since they are not really stunning you, or we are not getting stunned. That can be already the case. Come on, critical hit. Critical hit. There was a critical hit. Okay, the critical hit is actually nice. We have to stall the middle. We got their beautiful butterflies flying around. And I have the feeling that P.E.K.K.A will just shred... the Spike will also shred P.E.K.K.A here. But for sure, Spike is right now completely broken. Nevertheless, boom. We didn't hit that shot. Or that sword punch. And the animation is for sure super juicy. But you can see here, it's hard to follow up. Even though we have there some speed. Okay, we don't have Crass here in the middle on this map. So we could not really get close enough there with our Hawk Rider. But that's the W. And look at the beautiful butterflies there. P.E.K.K.A is looking so cool. From the look, definitely super nice. From the abilities, it feels not bad. It just feels like the other guys are a little bit stronger. Alright, this time we are starting here with the chicken, as I have the feeling the chicken buff is pretty good and could work with that P.E.K.K.A. And since P.E.K.K.A is not really giving you any class boost, just from that perspective, these squaddies do not matter. But let's see if we can get here some further speed, which hopefully will work off with that chicken. There we can have charged up a critical hit. Maybe that is the goal, like with P.E.K.K.A, to go really early into the fights. Since we have charged up our very first critical hit, and the P.E.K.K.A makes does do the 180 and hits the squaddy. For sure, that squaddy was doomed there because we got a critical hit. First is not a critical hit, not charged up right now. And I'm not sure, but I have the feeling that this skin is kinda hard to see the critical hit. Like when we are charged up, it was a little bit easier if I'm not mistaken. There we have a charged up one. Boom. Even versus that freaking P.E.K.K.A, the damage is pretty high. And for sure we summon afterwards, because of the critical hit, one butterfly that can heal us. So from that perspective, it's nice. And the damage increase is also good. We get another critical hit ready. So let's get over. I mean, that could be the thing. Oh, boom, we did it, hit it. Maybe we have to just play around that critical hit. That is the unique, or one of the unique abilities of P.E.K.K.A. And looks strong. Almost a double here. Critical hit. Boom. I think that will be the way to go. So we can't really, like, not take care of it. No, we really have to take care whenever we have the sword glowing. Knowing that then the next punch will be super good. And actually the chicken feels pretty good here. Since we get there at least a lot of speed up. And get the general speed bonus. So maybe chicken not as a starter, but for squad league lineup, having the chicken there in the comment section should work. Boom, that was a beautiful critical hit, and they are actually a lot of fun here. Got there now the barbarian. We would have the wizard here in our normal rotation, and we got another critical hit ready. We're gonna use for sure. We did use the stun lock and almost die here versus the archer queen, and that's not a real player. So that's what I mean, like, he would need to play really around those critical hits. Since the attack rate is that slow, it takes a while to charge up the next critical hit. And with that, I'm not sure if that is too good. Since it's an active fighting ability, we would get there. Like, we are not getting any boost for that. For example, the wizard lets us, yeah, have the abilities more often. While this is just the out of attack, and that is not affected by the freaking... Oh my god, that was a beautiful critical hit. With the increased damage. There was definitely a difference in between now to the start of the game. That was crazy. So our attack rate is not getting increased with Wizard. That's what I want to say. While the abilities, we can cast them more often if we have the Wizard. Come on. Not a critical hit. But the next one can be a critical. It was a critical. We did miss it. That's also possible. And come on, that will be super hard to predict. But anyway, that should be the play too. And from the other side, P.E.K.K.A. Oh, those butterflies, it looks so cool. It's definitely a fun hero to play. But what are your thoughts seeing this? How we are doing against those bots? I don't want to say that this hero is broken or bad versus bots, because it's super hard to identify. But I have the feeling that P.E.K.K.A. could be a little bit too weak to compete with the other heroes. Nevertheless, you can already start saving your hero points if you want to max out P.E.K.K.A. P.E.K.K.A should arrive somewhere in October, and hopefully we're gonna get the date very soon. Thank you guys for watching, and happy busting!